If you're watching CNN or MSNBC or CBS, or if you get all your news from the Washington Post, basically, if what I'm saying is if you read your news from the mainstream media, you are getting only a Democratic point of view, and you're getting mostly lies. I know it's hard to digest, and I know for some of you, it sounds like I'm the one dishing out bullshit. But the truth is, the mainstream media lies about President Donald J. Trump at every turn. They said that they say that Donald J. Trump says he's going to be a dictator. Well, what he said was, he was asked the question, are you going to be a dictator if you're president? He said, well, no, except for on day one. On day one, he's going to drill, baby drill, and he's going to deport all the illegals. And that's the end of his dictatorship. So he was poking fun at the thought that he was going to be a dictator, and saying that he was going to be a dictator on day one just to do those two things. So that's bullshit on mainstream media right there. Number two is the whole bloodbath story. He said if he was not elected president, there would be a bloodbath. Okay, out of context. He was at a rally, and he was talking to the auto industry at the time, the auto manufacturing industry. And he said if China thinks that they're going to build these big auto manufacturing facilities in Mexico and just send their cars across our border and cut the U.S. out of, any of their profits, for labor and things like that, that they have another thing coming if he's president. He said if he's not president, well, then there's going to be a bloodbath. And so the context to that was that he meant it's going to be a bloodbath for the auto industry. So again, there's bullshit on mainstream media for taking something and making it into something else. Then there was this was back in the day, there was the whole Russian collusion thing. President Trump is not working with Russia. He never was. In fact, it was found out that Hillary Clinton she was the author of that whole thing. She made that up to try to win the election back in 2016. And it's already been found out and discovered that was bullshit. So once again, I call BS on mainstream media. And you can't make this stuff up, folks. And then I hear that he shouldn't be president because he's got 94 indictments and he's a rapist. Well, I think he was cleared of the rape charges, or the sexual assault charges. And this was with E. Jean Carroll. So he was cleared of that. No problem. And then he said, yeah, I never did that. That girl's crazy, right? Well, then they brought another case against him for defamation. And, that was a one-sided case. And that's where they got him on defamation, which is going to appeals, and that'll be overturned anyway. But he wasn't a rapist, number one. He was cleared of that. He never did that. And yeah, he's got like 94 or 97 indictments. I lose count now. But that is called lawfare. So the Democrats, in an attempt to keep Trump from becoming the next president, from becoming number 47, they are trying to pin a felony on him in one way, shape, or form, so that disqualifies him from becoming president. You can't be a president if you're a felon. So look at it this way. They're trying 97 times, and Trump just keeps winning. And most of those cases are going to appeals. And to be honest with you, I feel like he's going to win out on those. So if you're looking forward to the noose being thrown around his neck and him being found guilty and he's going to be in jail, you're wrong. Think again. It's not going to happen. So anyway, those are my thoughts. I just think mainstream media are a bunch of hacks. I think that they're just cheerleaders for the Democrats, and they're paid to do that. And I'm going to put a clip in right after this, and you can see Mr. Hannity say that himself too.
With a few exceptions, journalism has now been replaced by liberal, radical activism. Journalists are far-left hacks, some of them flirting right on the borderline with communism. There is no fidelity to the truth whatsoever. They will lie, they will censor, they will obfuscate the truth, all as a means to an end.